Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament. I will be your commentator and restreamer for this evening. I'm joined by Norestra on track. I will be our sole commentator, as we are using my setup currently, and Randomania with their lovely tracker here. We're going to be reviewing a recap of the race that went on broadcast between TrintonGL and AliGerBRAP. So we're going to be getting right into this. I'm going to try and sync them up the best I can. A note that AliGerBRAP has a lot of frame drops. So much like the J. Coper match, we're going to be seeing quite a bit of delay. I will try to sync that up when I can, but I can make no promises. Okay, and we are off. Looks like we have Invis, X for Harm, and A-Rub in the White Magic Shop, and in the Black Magic Shop we have Confuse, Zap, Hold, and Ice 3. So Ice 3 is very nice, obviously, and Zap is pretty good as well. Now, looks like we do have a short sword available in the Weapon Shop. And in the Armor Shop, looks like we had a cap there. Some houses available in Conaria Early, Pure, Soft, and Heal. And the Force class was the Thief. Looks like Triton's gonna go right for the early levels here and bust out his Ice 3. Looks like Triton's got a little bit of slowdown there. Wolf revealing that it has Stinger. Oh no, and the Imps have Damage Poison. That is atrocious. Oh, Triton again getting hit with the poison there from those Imps. Ouch, why are we getting this slowdown? Wow, and Triton is just having some terrible luck early here. This RNG appears to be haunting him early. So again, I apologize everyone, I'm not sure why we're getting the slowdown. I'm being informed that we lost our timer here as well. Arg! Attempting to resolve. Triton getting into TOFR, excuse me, TOF now. And the king hooks it up with the canoe, and the princess hooks it up with the tail. Oh my lord, what is happening here? Ouch. Any updates, Noré, on what could be the issue here? Because, I'm trying to isolate if it's on my end, or... Okay, looks like we have Tracker back now. And again, we apologize for the technical issues, everyone. It appears this is coming from my end. Heal 3, Harm 3, Lamp, and Ruse available for level 3 white magic. I'm not sure what could have happened there. Okay, give me one moment. We may have another screen pop up briefly, so forgive me, everyone. Okay, try it now. If you need the link, Noré, I can drop it on PM if you require. It's like Ali's running into some trolls and bulls here that are not playing very nice. We have Nuke and Quad X at level 3. Affirmative. Arrgh, the slowdown. I don't believe there's any lag on Tritton's VOD, so... Okay, I just got the link sent to you, Noré. Something is definitely up with my connection. Okay, we have a tracking ability. Thank you, Noré. And again, I apologize for the issues, everyone. I'm still working to resolve. Let's try source quality and see if that helps. Nope, we're still getting that lag. If we switch audio, it might not be too bad, but I know Ali's on mic, so... we're going to go with the backup music. Good old FF1 OST. Okay, that should spare you all the crackle of that terrible lag. Okay, let me get you the time, Noré, so we can get a good time here from SRL. And the Sages did have the floater. Actually, that's right. This is a recap race, so it's impossible to get time right now. We can guesstimate the timer at about, I would say, 7 to 8 minutes. Looks like Tritton's going to take apart some EXPs here with his Ice 3 spell. And his nuke, most likely. Ali just picked up the herbs, so it looks like he might be doing the crown quests. Looks like he's picked up the airship as well. Alright, so again, apologies for the technical issues, everyone. We appear to be back on track for the most part here. Another note, Ali has a frame drop, and Trinton appears to be lagging a bit, which I believe is coming from my end. So we ask your forgiveness for these issues. It's all on me, everyone. ZARNG is real, and it's cursing me today. Looks like Ali picked up the power bonk, so he's gonna have some extra pop in his weapons. Alright, so just a quick recap here. The king had the canoe, the princess had the tail, the sages had the floater, and I'm still attempting to find out where the crown was. And we have an adamant find in the Northwest Castle. So Ali finds cheese early. And we have Ali here in the chat, so he'll probably be able to assist us a little bit with these locations. So that cheese is going to give him access to early Excalibur once he does his class change. Okay, we have confirmed that the pirates did have the crown. Thank you, Ali. As it looks like he just did talk to the blacksmith there and pick up Excalibur. As Trinton is now taken to the skies and he's going straight for his class change. So I've been wondering how this race turned out overall. I had a few sneak peeks at it. I haven't had a good look at much of the earlier race, but now I'm starting to see that there's quite a bit of good things going on here for these runners early. Trinton finishing up his raid of Cardia Islands here. Looks like Ali's heading over for his class change. A wizard staff found, a silver bracelet as well. And he does equip those immediately. So with that early class change, Trinton's ninja is going to have access to nuke most likely, and that could prove extremely valuable. So with all these options available early, you have to be quite efficient with your routing. If you don't, you're going to end up losing time going between places and making your gambles. So you should really set an efficient route and stick to it, as we find Trinton discovers a Pro Cape in the Witch's Den. Looks like Ali's going to finish up his raid of Zardia Islands. And Triton is now going to head on over to the pirates, and he will find the crown here. We will see if he decides to dig the crown chests. Looks like Ali's heading back to Corneria now, and he's going to revive one of his party. So in looking at the names that our runners have decided here, we see the colorful spectrum of the community, as we are highly contested about the Vorpal, and with some runners recently electing to discard it, and others actually rebelling and fighting back by discarding the Massmune. So the community remains divided on many things, and on that note, we ask that you vote in our polls. Your polls will matter for the bonus stream. The top 4 finishers of the tournament will run the bonus stream, which is known to have some extremely challenging flags, and is a single class challenge, voted on by the viewers. Bane and Temper available at level 2 Black Magic, so a very nice selection of magic early on here for both runners. Looks like Ali's electing to go with Excalibur on his knight early. This is a good move. The Vorpal starts to excel around level 25-26 on the knight. If you have fast, you can probably get it to excel around level 22, possibly even 21 if you really get lucky with it. The difference being that the Vorpal has higher critical, whereas Excalibur has the ability to exploit any elemental weakness within any enemy. And that's useful for just about everything except Temple of Fiends Revisited. Trenton now nuking Astos, and he's going to pick up his crystal. So it looks like we do have a Vorpal for AliGerBRAP. I'm not sure that Trenton has found it yet. Trenton now picking up the herb, the dankest of herb, and it's always gone quickly. Looks like Ali's going to make a dive into the volcano here. So he's going straight for that armory and the chests here. Looks like he only takes the first 2 on the right side. Interesting play. Now getting the key from the Elf Prince. And I believe we have Elf Prince for AliGerBRAP as well. Looks like those red gargoyles had stun touch, or possibly a stun spell. I did not see. Trenton now going to pick up Nuke and Quad X most likely for his Black Mage. He does so. He's a bit low on gold right now, so I think that's why he elected not to buy anything for his Ninja yet, as Ninja will not be able to get any spell charges until level 15, I believe. So we are a little over 20 minutes in now. Both runners have had access to a relatively early airship. Ali got there about 5 to 6 minutes earlier than Trenton did. And Trenton's now going to go to Sarda, and he ends up giving him the bottle. Trenton will now dip into Titan's Trove here, and we'll have a look at the chests. Nothing good there. We'll see if he goes into the first floor of Earth here and takes a peek. Looks like he will not. He's heading over to Melmond. Nope, he's passing Melmond. Double checking the chest in Dwarf. Always a good play to double check the chests. If you're not sure about it, then check it, because it could be something that you need. I'm going to get a look at our Dwarf Cave stash here. Looks like we have an Aegis Shield along with the Power Bonk. So some really nice equipment has shown up early here. Ali now lamenting in chat how he should have bought more heals. No spoilers now, Ali. Mage Staff picked up for Ali in the chest next to this ball, or excuse me, the spiked fire encounter. As Trenton will now take a dive into the volcano. Trenton hitting up the armory, finds quite a bit of gold there. So again, we'd like to thank our gracious host here, Randomania, for giving us this slot on the fly here. We had some technical issues setting up, but we have ironed those out. And everyone has just been raving about the Randomania tracker here. It's clean, it looks very good, it's compact. Will we see an Agama grind? It appears that Trinton is going to head out here and tent up after looting the first treasure floor of Volcano. And he's going to solve the riddle of the Sphinx here, as the Sphinx flashes him. I believe we do have a pirate for Trinton as well, as he does have the key. So one thing Ali does have that Trinton does not have yet is the Excalibur. And early on, Excalibur can do a lot of damage if you're able to put it on your knight. As Ali comes up to the Fiend of Fire now, Trinton picks up an opal helmet. He will equip that immediately, I'm pretty sure, as it does offer the highest amount of absorb for any helmet. A Thor hammer picked up in the northwestern room of Volcano. So the equipment just keeps getting better here. Ali's having to think about this nuke. And it looks like he is through. The fire orb is lit for AliGerBRAP. And he is going to head over to that ice cave immediately. So what do you think we're going to see here for Incentive Ice Cave, chat? Is it going to be the slab? Is it going to be the Massmune? Could it be a ribbon? Trinton opting to take a look at the red dragon chest now. It looks like Ali is taking an ambush there. No, he got away. Firelight noting in chat, the Agamas have a taste for marble, a metaphorical termite. So that red dragon put up a little bit of a fight for Trenton, but he's through. And we have a ruby sighting in the ice cave. We see that the Bane sword was also discovered. So we'll see if that plays a factor as Ali uses it on those Frostwolves and clears out most of them. It looks like Trenton might be thinking about a grind here. Yeah, he's going to head back up the floor to these Agamas, and it looks like he's going to have him a good grind. Ali going through his armor menu here, making some adjustments. Menus should not be downplayed. You should absolutely practice them. You can lose overall in a run, 2 to 3 minutes in menus if you don't know what you're doing. Looks like we have a katana pickup for Ali as well. So his knight, his ninja, and his red mage are all set now for dealing damage with their sword. Yes, we have the ribbon sighting there as well. And he finds the ship. Ship in a bottle, or I mean a chest. We are looking at VODs from both runners. However, the commentary and tracking is live. Trenton now having a look at some stats here on his knight. And the eye goes down without much of a fight. And will we see? It is the loot. So we have incentive loot in the ice cave. And that is going to put Ali that much closer to go mode. The bottle won't be that hard for him to find. I don't believe we've seen the vendor item yet, so that could be the slab. In which case, it would be go mode. Oh yes, thank you, Nore, reporting out in chat. We have a live race coming up at the conclusion of our recap here. And due to time constraints, if we do have to move forward in this race, we will. However, I'm looking at time now, and I do believe we will have enough time to stick with this race and finish it off. As Trenton now approaches Carrie, the Fiend of Fire, with Power Bonk and Nuke, she stands little chance. No worries, Ali. You guys have both agreed to No, it's like we had a little hiccup there in the stream. Again, we apologize, everyone. And yeah, no worries, Ali. as, you know, you guys both agreed that you didn't really, you know, think a restream would be ideal because of your issues. But as I told everyone in the tournament, I want to make sure that we get everyone a restream at one point or another. Triton picking up a gold bracelet now. Looks like he did pick up 2 of them. He's giving one to the ninja. That's a good idea until the ninja finds some ice or flame armor. Yes, Ali is using some custom sprite work here, as most runners are adopting it now. A lot of runners like their custom sprites. And as long as they don't conflict with the randomizer in any way, such as Terralin's Valkyries of Light, they have been a great addition to the overall scene of the Final Fantasy randomizer. Ali now heading over to Provoca, and I think this is the first time he's been in Provoca, actually. Actually, no, he did come here to get his crown earlier. So I think he's just looking for spells for his ninja at this point. As Triton now makes his way into the ice cave. So he's hot on Ali's heels. Overall, though, Ali has quite a bit better equipment, and I would give him a lead at this point. So I think this is one of the runs where a Force Thief was actually a good thing for both runners, as we had an early tail. The early Thief allows you to get away from a lot of encounters with running, and it also spares you some ambushes. Granted, not many, but it does, overall. And with the early tail and the level 3 nuke that became available, the ninja is proving to be a valuable class selection in this, even though it was forced. And of course we have the katana as well, which is basically the ninja's equivalent of the Vorpal. However, it does feature higher hit and damage than the Vorpal. Ali gonna head over to Sarda's cave now and discover that the sage has the bottle for him. Well, it doesn't look like you completely forgot about him there, Ali. I think you just kind of put him on the shelf for a little bit. So the Swiss round flags have definitely proven to be a diverse bunch. I think that's what we all wanted. We were voting and we highly contested the flag set. And I do think that everyone did an excellent job in this flag set, as we have seen highs and lows and just about everything you could see from this flag set. And we still have several rounds remaining. So we could see quite a bit more, as we see the ribbon and the katana were both in the Frostwolf room. Looks like Ali's going to head straight over to Gaia, take a look at some magic now. 7 for level 7 fast. A flame shield available. However, at that price, I doubt he will consider buying it. As Trenton now finds the ship in a box. Ali noting in chat that he was pulling a Monochi strat there and selling items to gain pro rings. Pro rings can be a bit of a wild card. If you find them early and they're expensive, you should usually pass on them. However, if you come into enemies that have skills such as Toxic, then you would probably want to consider buying them, as they will protect you from that. Ali now picking up the Oxyale, so I can chug all of it. Looks like his next play is going to be Ordeals now. Will we see if this is the slab or not? At this point, it could be the slab. It could also be the cube or the rod. Or maybe even TNT could be in that mix. Looks like Ali reset there. He must have got an encounter he didn't like in Ordeals early. And Trenton is now out of Ice Cave. And looked like Ali quickly navigated the Ordeals maze there. One of the better uses of warp is to apply it in Castle Ordeals. And we discover Exit and Fog 2 are both level 8. So we did end up finding the rod there, an incentive ordeals. So at this point, you can now run the Earth Cave. You could also dive into Sea Shrine or go to the waterfall. Looks like Trinton is going to pick up his Oxyale now. More for me to chug. Sandworms, great for experience. Ooh, and we have Unrunnable and Kilos. They could end up being a problem, as they do a lot of damage usually. Now Trinton is going to head over to Ordeals as well. So we see a very similar route run here by both runners now, after a brief divergence early. Ali checking the vendor here in the Oasis, and we did not get to see if anything was there. Ali will head into the waterfall to discover what the rusted robot has for him. Looks like we had another little hiccup in the stream there. Apologize, everyone. Dragon armor found in Castle Ordeals as well. And now Trinton getting the rod. I'm sure both runners were probably hoping for the slab there. But I have a feeling the slab is going to be here in the waterfall. And I was wrong. We have confirmed the cube in the waterfall. So that limits definitely a few places it could be. Vanilla Cube and Troper. And we have a Saria sighting. And with the Saria sighting, again, it's time to take a look at our polls here. It looks like Saria is still just barely winning the poll. Ooh, and the Grey Sharks have a nasty surprise of Blaze for Ali, who has now dipped into Sea Shrine. As we have a Tyro sighting on Trinton's side, Aw, Triton deciding not to serve us right now. So at the Oasis, we see that there is no vendor item there. So without seeing a vendor item yet, the chances of the slab being the vendor item are increasing. We want steak. Bang's table. Okay, so the slab was picked up then in on-rack at the vendor shop. Wow. So with that said, I believe Ali is in go mode now. So Trenton now heading up to the waterfall. I believe he did pick up the slab as well. And he did, so both runners do have the slab. Opal bracelet discovered in the Sea Shrine. So that's pretty much the icing on the cake for Ali here. He is set for go mode. At this point, I don't think he'll dig. The only thing you might dig for at this point would be another ribbon. Ugh, we've got the hiccups today, everyone. I'm sure that's just coming from my end. And rest assured I will be phoning into the authorities to say, we get a look at our Sharknado room now. Ali is electing to dive it here, and he gets an unrunnable lobster and sea snake encounter. This is going to cost him a little time. Flog the restreamer. Oh, we had cremate lobsters, yeah. Could be another factor in the seafloor, as we see mud golems have poison damage as well. Now picking up the cube from the rusted robot as we see Ali engage the squid. Squiddraken, as I call him. Which is funny, because I think Squiddraken is a name for an enemy in the PSP version, or maybe the GBA version. Ooh, it looks like Kraken did take a shot at that red wizard and put him down. Big hit there from Excalibur. And we see Bane strats coming out. Quad X. And the squid is erased. Water orb is lit now for Ali. Mud Golem showing up again, and Trinton decides he's going to take a couple swings at him. Smart move. They're going to hit you with poison one way or the other. And he did end up getting away from that encounter. As Ali is now headed to... Will he go to Earth, or will he translate the slab and head to Sky? Looks like he's going to head to Earth Cave first. And he'll probably go mode Earth Cave. He'll probably go mode Sky as well. He might check a few chests in Sky. Yeah, Mud Golem had poison damage. So coming out of Waterfall now, Trinton will probably be headed into the Sea Shrine. Yes, you don't want to become the target of the chat's flogging. That's going to be me. If you spoil things, they're going to start, you know, having eyes for you now. So Trinton going to Sea Shrine now. Looks like he will pass on the Mermaid's floor initially. He's going to get blazed by that Gray Shark. And the Gray Shark also has poison with the stone element. So knowing that, and that the lobsters have cremate, the water floor of Temple of Fiends Revisited becomes that much more concerning. Another ribbon might be a good dig, having seen these now. And it's time once again to have a brief look at our vampire here. And he does get off a dark spell. Beware, Poogle, the vampire casts darkness. Ali does elect to check the northern chests on the 4th floor of Earth. And it looks like he might have just got a sun sword there. I didn't see what sword that was. Maybe not. Trenton does a double take on that opal bracelet. It looks like Trenton's holding on to the ice shield there. Now this is an interesting strat. When you have a ninja, if you find, say, the flame armor, then you're obviously going to want to dig out the ice shield, and vice versa. So it's usually better if you have an ice shield but no flame armor to hold on to it, in case you do find it, and you get 2 resistances on your ninja instead of just 1. As we get a look at the Fiend of the Earth Lich. Back in the day when I used to play this game with my buddy nerds and we'd hang out and stuff, we'd always say, yeah, we're just liching it. As Trenton lights the Earth Orb, and he's on his way now to translate his slab and off to Sky Castle. Excuse me, Ali. Trenton is in the Sea Shrine. Trenton taking a pretty good beating there from that pack of water encounter. The Sea Party Pack, as I like to call it. Ah yes, some prefer to call it that as well. Which brings up another debate. What's the best seafood place? Is it Long John Silver's? Is it Skipper's? I don't think Skipper's is around anymore. That just shows I'm an old man there. Red Lobster. Trenton now coming up to the Squid Raken, and I'm betting there's going to be a couple nuke spells involved here. Ali, with translated slab in hand from Dr. Un, is heading over to Leafian now, and he's going to pick up the chime from the Toga dudes. And with that, I believe he will have everything for NPCs lit up on his tracker. Great work tonight from our tracker. Let's make sure we're giving due love to Norestra, who does so much for Randomania, to entertain all of us. And while we're at it, let's make sure we give these runners the follow as well, as they both have shared some similar pathing here, as Trenton now lights the water orb, and he's on his way out of Shrine. So with Ali heading into the Mirage Cave, as some would refer to call it, I don't anticipate him taking any chest except possibly maybe 3rd floor? Maybe 1st floor. He's going to reset out of that encounter. So at this point, it's looking like the early airship for Ali has proven to be one of the main differences between our runners here. Of course, the cheese is also another factor. Ali having the early Excalibur allowed him to plow through Volcano with a little more ease than Trinton did. As Trinton now translate his slab from the good doctor. I don't know if Nitz is still in the chat, but he's got this amazing idea for the doctor, and I won't spoil it. I will merely tease it, but it could be really, really interesting. So I encourage all you gumshoes and detectives out there to maybe do some research. As Ali is now in the Sky Castle, he's getting closer to locking up a victory in this round 2 matchup. Trinton dipping into a few chests here in Earth Cave. 20,000 gold in one of them. Yes, it is soon time to get your hype in the chat for the War Mech. And it looks like Ali is going to take a look at these chests here on the western side, excuse me, the eastern side of Sky, 3rd floor. He found a Pro Cape there. With Warp, it is definitely more feasible to dig a little bit more in the Sky Castle, as it saves you steps and encounters. I notice you've been very critical of your run so far, Ali, which is the sign of any seasoned runner. They're always very critical of their run, so keep an eye on this guy, everyone. He could be one to watch in round 3. And he does decide to take the full clear on the 3rd floor of Sky, and elects not to take the Rock Golem encounter. I would definitely have taken that with Nuke. 4 Rock Golems gives you a ton of experience. And we find the TNT way up in the Sky Castle. So thinking about Temple of Fiends Revisited now, we've seen Blaze, we've seen a couple poisons. So those are off the table. However, we still have Thunder and a Blizzard in the table. I think we might have seen a Blizzard, actually. And of course, you always have the dreaded nuke from the single regular enemy. And you never know where that's going to come out from. Trinton now on the 4th floor of Earth Cave. Looks like he's going to take a look in the northern chests. Ali gonna say yes to these nachos. Nachos in a pair give you a ton of experience points. And we did find, yes, the Sun Sword there, so a good dig. Seeing as Trinton does not have Excalibur, He does have Vorpal, so Sunsword is going to help him in balancing out between damage and crit, if he decides to do so. And some more nachos showing up. Big experience encounters coming at the right time here for Ali. So once we do have a finisher here, we're going to be cutting stream and setting up for our next race, which will be shortly following this. If you'd like more information, you can use FFR in the chat. This is a recap race. Our commentary and restream and tracking are live, however, we are looking at VODs right now. And if you've just joined us, you've seen, you've missed out on a relatively brief seed. We had an early airship. The king and the princess had the canoe and the tail respectively, and the pirates had the floater. So that's opened up quite a bit. We discovered that the loot was in the ice cave. The slab was for sale in on-rack. The waterfall had the vanilla cube. And I believe the adamant was in... The adamant was early. I forget where the adamant was. Also, the rod was in Castle Ordeals. As the Fiend of Earth is down. And that's Lichen for Trenton. Now lighting up the Earth Orb. He's going to be headed over to get his chime, and we'll probably be going immediately into Mirage and then the Sky Temple. As Ali is out, he has his 4th orb lit. It looks like he's headed straight for Temple. Okay, nope, he's electing to stock up first. Always a wise move. You should always check softs before going in, and heals, and even pures. Even houses. You might get a few nasty encounters on the first couple floors that are unrunnable, in which case you might not be able to sustain a full dive. So you can warp, exit out, and the house will save you from having to fly back to town to use the inn. And AliGerBRAP is the first into the Temple of Fiends. Official time should be right around 1:20, I believe. Our timer is a little bit off as we had some technical issues setting up. As we see nukes coming out on both sides of the screen right now. Ali looking for some more experience here, opting to take this Zombie D encounter. Ah, okay, yes, he's looking for level 21. And he attains it, and he's going to be using the strat I just mentioned, where you warp out and house up. So since we have the luxury of having you here in chat, Ali, how confident were you diving right now with your weapons? Were you confident in the Vorpal? Were you still thinking, you know, maybe I need to try and dig Massa? As Trenton now picks up the chime from the Toga Man. And he is going to take a peek at level 8 magic here. Level 8 Cure, and a level 8 Stun, so... Okay, so you weren't really worried about damage then. You've got the Bonk, you've got Katana, you got Vorpal. You can distribute them as needed. And Excalibur. Yes, Invis is a spell that most people overlook and neglect. It can actually be a lifesaver if you pick it up and you don't have Ruse, you don't have a white shirt, INV2, or a defense sword. It can get the job done. Of course, it's not as efficient as the other spells, but nonetheless, it can work. And in a pinch, it can save you. Ali now making the dive into Earth Floor here. He did get some Mud Golems, but it looks like he got away early. As Triton is into Mirage Tower. We'll see if he decides to dig any chests here. Oh no, and Wyvern reveals that it has Toxic, taking out the Knight. Triton running away from the Blue Dragon. Into the Sky Temple now. Finds the bridge. So we had a ship in a box and a bridge in a box. Ali now on Lich 2. And Excalibur finishes the job. Looks like Triton is going to have a good dig here in the Sky Cave. As we're going to get our first look at Carry 2 now, on Ali's side. And he is through Carry and onto the water floor. So this was the floor, one of the floors that I was most concerned about, as there's several nasty water enemies. And there is the blaze from the Gray Sharks. So it looks like we may not see Massa here in this run. Or Defense Sword. Places they could have been. Marsh Cave. Keylock Marsh. Perhaps the Mermaid's Floor. And we're going to get our first look at Squid Drake in 2. Very likely that Ninja's going to go down. And Kraken 2 using Light 2. A welcome sight for anyone. As Trinton finding the Troll TNT, the Troll NT. And Kraken 2 is down. The Knight took a mighty blow there, but got the job done. And Ali is but 2 boss battles and maybe a couple encounters away from securing a victory here. And Tiamat 2 takes down the Red Wizard with a single blow. Appears to have Poison Touch as well. And is down. The light at the end of the tunnel is visible now for Ali. As Trinton making his trek across the Warmech Bridge. What will the Chaotic One have in store for us this time? He's going to go with the Temper Strat on the Knight. And he is using Invis. Big shot there from Excalibur. And with another few Tempers, barring a nuke, it looks like Ali might have this. Ooh, slow 2 hits the Ninja. That would have been bad news for his Knight. Trinton now throwing up the invisible 2s for Tiamat. And bonking up. And we have it. GG. AliGerBRAP with the win. We do not have an official SRL time, but were I to estimate, I would say about 130, maybe 131. So GG's, Ali. You played pretty well there. The early airship was definitely something you took to priority. Alright, and with that said, please give these runners a follow. And please give Norestra a follow as well. 1:29 was the official SRL time. I was close. Thank you, Ali. We're going to be cutting stream now. We hope you've enjoyed this recap. Reminder to keep it right here. We're going to be live with another race here at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. For more information on our schedule, please check out our website, which has the latest, along with our Discord, where you can find an admin, you can find someone to help you with any questions you have. New to the randomizer, looking to learn it, to run, mingle with our community. Come on by the Discord, it's a great place. We have more people showing up every day, new faces, and a lot of new runners are picking up the game really quickly and enjoying it a lot. So again, thank you to our runners, Randomania, Norestra, and we will be back soon with more FFR action for all of you. Team Stake.